KTLK AM 1150. It is your voice. I'm David Cruz. When I tell you that it is your voice, I know sometimes you question that because I talk so much, right? But then we have people who really make me sound a lot smarter than I really am, because being able to bring somebody on like Professor Peter Mathews, Cypress College, our political analyst. Thank you for being here, Professor.
Great to be here, Dave.
All right. The issue at hand. Everyone knew today was the day we would learn if our government was going to shut down. And the answer is...
Bigger and bigger possibility, yes. It's a really good...
no, but I thought there was a headline that says the Senate passes a bill to avert the shutdown. And you're saying bigger possibility?
That's what the Senate was hoping to. They passed the bill, but it was a continuing resolution to keep the government funded until November 15th, but it stripped the Obamacare removal. And the House Republicans want to get Obamacare out of here. They won't accept the Senate bill like it is. That's what they're saying anyway. Still a big disagreement.
So let me see if I get it. So the Senate did some things that would not allow the House to strip the Affordable Care Act.
That's right. They sent back what's called a clean continuing resolution, which means just enough funds to keep the government going temporarily till November 15th.
Well, the House is not going to sign
that. Took out the
that.
House provision to strip the Obamacare Act out of it.
Okay. Now, I've been hearing today, Professor, that there are a lot of other programs attached, though, to this continuing resolution effort. Is that true? Have you had a chance to really delve deeper? I know that these things run hundreds of pages, but is there pork attached to this continuing resolution?
Not that much pork that I know of, but I tell you what, if the House version gets through, if the House refuses to pass the Senate version, you're looking at 400,000 civilian workers in the Defense Department taking furloughs and not getting paid right now. Military service members would continue working and not get paid. Their paychecks would be delayed till October 15th. It'll be actually the October 15th paycheck will not be issued at all to the soldiers and in uniform. Death benefits for military families would be stopped. Can you believe this? The National Institute of Health, the Center for Disease Control will stop monitoring diseases. Law enforcement, Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms will stop operating for a while. Parks and museums, EPA. So the House version is pretty brutal in my view.
Pretty draconian. All right, so
draconian, yes.
All right, we turn a new month here. When is it? Tuesday? It's the 1st, right? Tuesday's the 1st.
Right.
So what happens now? Do we have enough time to do something? Are we going to come down to the 11:59 p.m. deadline again?
We are down to the wire. In fact, the House is staying in session throughout the weekend to try to solve this because they only have till Monday night to do it. And now it's going to go back to the House in a version that they don't want. The House will add back what they want, like the Obamacare stripping of it, and a few other things that they want. The Senate will argue against that again. It'll be going back and forth through Sunday night, Monday. And we don't know how long it'll take. And I got a feeling this time they're not going to do it on time. That's my guess right now, my educated guess, that we'll probably be in a crisis on Tuesday as of now, the way things are going.
Remember when we tried to do this this breakaway committee that was comprised of senators and House members, and they were going to come up with a big solution, and it was going to be like the big showdown to avoid the bigger showdown? None of that worked. None of that has avoided us coming down to this. So here's my question to you. How determined are the Republicans to press this? Because politically, they're going to take a lot of heat from a lot of people.
Well, they're divided. The majority of Republicans want to make a deal and get this thing over with. But there's this hardcore minority that we call Tea Party Republicans who will not budge. And almost all the Republicans, there are 233 Republicans, which means they have a 15-vote majority over the Democrats in the House. Almost every one of those Republicans are in safe House seats, Dave. They are in conservative seats that will always vote for them regardless, as long as they stick to their guns. And that's why they're being pushed to stay the course, the right-wing course. And that means they're not going to budge, especially about those Tea Party Republicans.
All right, but let me see if I get this. I understand that they have a district they represent. But what about the needs and the interest of the greater good? What about the rest of America also needing to get their vote?
That's exactly what they should be looking at, and that's what legislators are supposed to do, to look for the public good, for the whole of America, not just their own district, because they're not just Congress members for their own district. They represent their state and also the nation, and that's the problem today. And you know what? There's another crisis coming around the corner, Dave. On October 17th is the debt ceiling crisis that the same Republicans are going to hold hostage once again by demanding things that Democrats and Obama will not accept in order to increase the debt ceiling of $16.7 trillion. They're going to demand a lot of blood for that, unfortunately.
It sounds like that's going
to be another crisis.
Sounds like we're going to have a very, very politically bloody fall. Is that correct?
It sure looks like it. It's very bad because it's going to hurt the federal government's ability to borrow money with good interest rates. It's going to cost us billions of dollars in this kind of extra cost because of the fact we're not getting our financial house in order.
Stand by, Professor. We've got Professor Peter Mathews, our program's political scientist, analyst. Let's go right now to Marty Fullerton. Thank you for calling the David Cruz Show, KTLK AM 1150. You have the floor.
Yeah, David, I wanted to ask Peter. Means the House is pulling these dirty tricks. We haven't had dirty tricks since Nixon, but it seems like that's happening. Are they not going to get paid, or are they still going to get paid while the people suffer?
They are going to get paid. How you like that, Dave? Marty?
Oh, they still get paid.
They get paid fully. Their full salary. Can you believe this?
It's the only profession, it's the only job where these jokers cannot do their job and still earn a check. Marty, how long do you think you could pull that off?
Well, I couldn't. In fact, I'd probably be homeless and on the street after a while. But who do they care about? They don't care about their constituents. All they care about is they don't want Obama to succeed in anything that he tries to do for the people. And believe me, this is what he's doing. And they're trying to pull all these little tricks. And I hope it takes them all down next year when they vote for re-election.
There you go. That's right, Marty. They're doing politricks. That's what's going on. They're political tricksters. Hey, let me just ask you one quick question. I just saw another thing breaking today. The FHA requesting a bailout. They said that they need just under $2 billion so that they can straighten out their books, or they're going to be in trouble. Here's my question, Professor. Given the economic shakiness that you and I talk about often, can we yet say if the FHA that insures millions of dollars, $1 trillion in mortgages, can they afford to take it in the shorts? In other words, what can this do to our economy, sir?
Oh, it can cause another havoc again on the economy because people are depending on that, on the backing of the FHA to get their home loans moving properly. Otherwise, you're going to have chaos there also with the housing industry once again. And by the way, we haven't even had a budget, Dave, since 2009, a real budget. The Congress has not passed a full budget, 12 appropriations bills that it needs. They've only been putting stopgap measures together for the last 4 years.
I'll tell you, Professor, what can we do?
Call our member of Congress. Every one of us should be on the phones right now and say, get on this thing or we're going to have to throw all of you guys out. Because, people have to have representation. That's the key. And
Absolutely.
They're not representing us right now.
Well, Professor Peter Mathews, thank you as always. Have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Peter Mathews, Cypress College, our political analyst, giving you the straight skinny, guys. It is a head-on approach to this thing because you and I, hey, in that context, we're the underdogs. What shot do you and I have? Can you just call up your local representative, for Congress and say, hey, can you float me $1.7 billion? In April, it was $900 million. Just a little bit less, right? Now we've doubled it. You know what it's going to be by like November, December? You could be pushing $3 billion. It all adds up after a few zeros. Isn't this amazing? Isn't America great? Just dig our hole deeper and deeper and deeper for our kids, grandkids, and their kids.